Hi students, welcome back to the session of moving charges and magnetism. This is A. Srinivas, lecturer in physics, Vignan Junior College, Vadlumud. Students, from last 3-4 sessions, we are discussing the very good chapter moving charges and magnetism. Students, in this session, the contents that we are going to discuss in moving charges and magnetism chapter are: first one is Ampere's law. Second one, by using this Ampere's law, we find out magnetic field along the axis of a solenoid and magnetic field due to toroid. The first one is the statement and proof of Ampere's circuit law. Here, Ampere's circuit law is one very important law in moving charges and magnetism, used to find out magnetic field due to curved circular, especially circular current carrying loops. So to find the magnetic field, especially due to circular current carrying loops, we apply the Ampere's law. Now let us consider the statement of Ampere's law. The magnetic field, the line integral of magnetic field along the closed loop is equal to mu naught times the total current enclosed by the loop. So I repeat the statement. Line integral of magnetic field along the closed loop is equal to mu naught times the net current enclosed by the loop. Here we have a current carrying wire. Here you are observing a straight wire is here. Along the straight wire, some current is passing through it. Let I be the current passing through the straight wire. Here, around the current carrying straight wire, when you consider here different circles of different radii, here looking to the diagram, when you consider different circles of different radii, we are observing 3 circles in this diagram of gradual increasing radius. There is magnetic field along these closed loops. Here there is magnetic field. When you look into the diagram, there is magnetic field along the closed loop. The magnetic field, line integral of magnetic field along the closed loop is equal to mu naught times the total current enclosed by the surface. So the students, here the equation form of Ampere's law is line integral of magnetic field B bar dot dl bar, line integral of magnetic field around the closed loop is equal to mu naught times the total current enclosed by the loop. This is the equation form of Ampere's law. Here students, this is the equation form of the Ampere's law. LHS is the line integral of magnetic field around the closed loop is equal to mu naught times the total current enclosed by the surface. Now we have to prove the statement. For that, here I pick up one circle, one loop from the given diagram. In diagram there are so many loops. Let us consider 3 loops around the current carrying wire. So let us consider one loop among them. So here let us consider a straight wire carrying current. Students, this is the straight wire. Let us assume this is the straight wire carrying current I. Let I amount of current is passing through the straight wire. Draw a closed loop around the current carrying wire of certain radius. So let this be the closed loop. I drawn a closed loop. Students, let us consider. This is the closed loop. drawn around the current carrying wire. This is the closed loop drawn around the current carrying wire of certain radius r. And due to this straight current carrying wire, there exists magnetic field B. Here, there exists magnetic field B. This B is constant in magnitude at each and every point of the loop. We understood this because this is a circle. Each and every point on the circle is at same distance r from the current carrying wire. So, if you consider any point on the periphery of the loop, they are at the same distance, equal distance from the current carrying wire. Due to this, the magnetic field magnitude is constant. Then, let us consider the LHS of this equation. This is the LHS of Ampere's law. So, let us consider integral, closed integral, B bar dot dl bar. Consider the LHS of the equation. Closed integral B bar dot dl bar. This is equal to, if you consider B bar is along this direction at this point, length of the element is also in the same direction, dl bar. B bar and dl bar lies in the same direction. This will possible and this is correct for each and every point on the loop. If you consider this point, B bar is along this direction, magnetic field. When current is passing through the straight wire, magnetic field is like this, curling fingers shows the direction of magnetic field, and the length of the element is also in the same direction. So, as shown at these 2 points, diametrically opposite points, like this, each and every point on the loop has B bar and dl bar in the same direction. So, this is equal to closed integral B dl, B bar dot dl bar means B dl cos theta. Theta is 0 degrees because for each and every point on the loop, magnetic field and length of element are parallel to each other, are in same direction. So, expand the dot product formula, B dl cos theta, theta is 0, B dl cos 0. Already explained that because we assume a loop of radius r, circle of radius r around the current carrying wire, strength of magnetic field must be same at each and every point on the loop. So, B is constant in this integration. We kept B outside the integration. B integral dl cos 0 is 1, integral dl. So, the closed integral of dl around the loop is equal to perimeter of the circle. So, integral dl is length of the loop, that is perimeter of the circle. Perimeter of the circle is equal to 2 pi r, B into 2 pi r. Already in previous sessions, we calculated the magnetic field due to straight current carrying wire. By using Biot-Savart's law, we calculated magnetic field due to straight current carrying wire at distance r. Because this is a straight and long, we assume a straight and long current carrying wire. Magnetic field due to straight and long current carrying wire at a perpendicular distance r is given by mu naught I divided by 2 pi r. So, here this value is equal to B value, mu naught I divided by 2 pi r. Mu naught I is the current through a straight wire. So, magnetic field due to long straight wire carrying current I at a perpendicular distance r is given by mu naught I by 2 pi r. B, I replaced B value, I substituted the B value from the known expression into 2 pi r here. In numerator and denominator, 2 pi r get cancelled. So that we find this is mu naught I. So, ultimate result is closed integral of magnetic field around a closed loop, line integral of magnetic field around a closed loop is integral B bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught times the net current enclosed by the surface. Hence, we proved the Ampere's law. So, once again, I recall the statement and proof of this Ampere's law. So, line integral of magnetic field around a closed loop is equal to mu naught times the net current enclosed by the loop. If you have a straight wire as shown in this diagram carrying current I, and we may find magnetic field around the closed loop. There exists magnetic field along the loops. We have 3 loops. Along each loop there exists a magnetic field as shown in the diagram. So we can pick up one loop. Let us consider a current carrying wire carrying current I and consider a loop of radius r. At each and every point B is constant in magnitude. First point. Second point, the direction of B, if you take the thumb along the direction of current, when you curl your hands, it shows the direction of B bar. So B bar is tangential to the periphery, tangential to any point on the circle, and DL bar is also along the tangent. Therefore, at each and every point, B is constant and DL bar is parallel to B bar. By knowing these two, consider the LHS of the equation integral B bar dot DL bar. The dot product expanded form is integral B DL cos 0. And cos 0 is 1, and moreover B is constant in magnitude for each and every point on the loop. B is outside the integration. B integral DL. Integral DL is the total length of the loop, total length of the circle of radius r, that is 2 pi r, B into 2 pi r. One more thing, due to straight current carrying long wire at a distance r, magnetic field is calculated from the extended application of Biot-Savart's law, and its value is mu naught I by 2 pi r. So mu naught I by 2 pi r, B value into 2 pi r get cancelled, mu naught I. So irrespective of the distance of the loop, you may consider here we have the different loops 1, 2, 3 of different radius, whatever may be the loop. So line integral of magnetic field around the closed loop is mu naught times I. So magnetic field along any loop depends upon the net current enclosed by the loop. So integral B bar dot DL bar is equal to mu naught times the current enclosed by the loop. This is the very important formula. So we continue our discussion to apply this Ampere's law to find out magnetic field due to solenoid and toroid. Students, next we discuss about the solenoid. Solenoid is very frequently used device in so many appliances to produce a required amount of magnetic field along its axis. Students, here you are observing the solenoid. This is a solenoid. So in this solenoid, a current carrying wire is circulated in form of a circle. So the current carrying wire, like a copper, is circulated in form of a circle and around a cylindrical shaped material. So here this is the cylindrical shaped material. Along the cylindrical shaped material, around it the copper wire is circulated from one end to other end. This structure is named as the solenoid. It has some number of turns in it, and when current is passing, when this battery is connected, when a battery is connected between the two ends, here this is the second end and this is the first end. Between the two ends, when you connect a battery in the space, current starts flowing along the axis of the solenoid like this. The current is circulating like this. Students, like this, current is passing through the each circular coil of the solenoid frame, so that magnetic field is developed along the axis of the solenoid. Along this direction, we have magnetic field. So magnetic field is established. Inside the solenoid, the magnetic field along the axis, as shown in the diagram, if you give the positive end of the battery at this point and negative end of the battery at this point, the current circulates like this and magnetic field is developed along the axis, so that this becomes the north pole and this edge becomes the north pole and this edge becomes the south pole, so that the magnetic field lines of forces are passing from left hand to right hand, and outside the solenoid they are circulating from north to south. I show my explanation in animation video to have a clear vision and clear idea of the working of the solenoid. So we students, let us observe the animation in which the battery is connected to the solenoid and current is circulating through it, and current is traveling along the solenoid like this, so that it becomes the north pole and this becomes the south pole, and the magnetic lines are forces are passing from south to north inside the solenoid, and outside the solenoid they are from north to south, and this is the working of the solenoid. Now we would like to derive the expression for the magnetic field along the axis of the long solenoid. That is our aim. Magnetic field along the axis of long solenoid will be calculated now. Students, I shown the working of solenoid and magnetic field produced along the axis of solenoid in this previous part of the video. Now let me to derive the expression for magnetic field along the axis of a long solenoid. So here in this adjacent diagram, you are observing a schematic diagram of a solenoid. So in this solenoid, here at this end, this is a cylindrical shaped structure. This is the cylindrical shaped material. Around this cylindrical shaped material, a current carrying conductor is circulated like this. A current carrying wire, good conductor is circulated. It forms a solenoid now. This end is connected to positive terminal of the battery as explained in the previous video, and second end is given to negative terminal of the battery as shown in the video. Now the current is circulating like this. Here you are observing in green color, you are observing the current carrying wire, and current is circulating in the solenoid along the wire in form of loops and passing through it. So each loop is a circle. Each loop is a circle, and because of the current carrying through the circle, there is a magnetic field along the axis of the loop. Along the axis of the loop, there is a magnetic field. So we would like to find the magnetic field that present along the axis of the loop. That is our aim. For that, we have to consider certain data. That is in the solenoid. Here, let small n be the number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length. Students, number of turns per unit length of the solenoid, number of circulars. Here in addition the diagram, in this figure we are observing there are so many circular turns of the copper conductor, good conductor. Then number of turns per unit length is equal to n, and I is the current passing through the copper wire or solenoid. Current passing through solenoid is equal to I. Current passing through solenoid is I, and number of turns per unit length is n. Then to find the aim of this explanation is to find out the magnetic field along the axis of the solenoid. So here along the axis of the solenoid there is some magnetic field. We have to find the magnetic field along the axis of the solenoid. That is our aim. For that we consider n are the number of turns per unit length of this solenoid, and I is the current passing through the solenoid. Okay. Now by using Ampere's law, we find out the magnetic field along the axis of the solenoid. The principle used for the calculation of this magnetic field is Ampere's circuit law, what we discussed in the earlier of this session. Here, for that, let us consider a part P, Q, R, S. Consider a part P, Q, R, S. Let us assume the length of PQ is equal to A. This part, this length of PQ is equal to A. Similarly, obviously RS is also equal to A, and QR has some length and SP has some length. Now, the Ampere's law is integral b bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught I. Therefore, here we write integral b bar dot dl bar means integral, that is b1 dot dl. First dl is along pq. So b1 bar dot dl1 bar plus second part is qr here. Therefore, we write b2 bar dot dl2 bar plus integral b3 dot dl3 bar plus, here this is b3 bar dl3 and this is the fourth one, plus we write integral b4 dot dl4. So for pq part we write b1 dot dl1 bar. For QR part, integral b2 dot dl2 bar. For this RS part, integral b3 dot dl3 bar. And for this SP part, integral b4 dot dl bar. Okay. Now this is equal to integral b1 bar dot dl1 bar. Here magnetic field along the axis is B and angle between B bar and the length is 0 degrees. So cos 0 is 1. Therefore, magnetic field is B into integral dl is equal to length of PQ, that is A. So, B into A, BA. I hope you followed it. Integral B1, let it be B. Dot dl means B dl cos 0 is 1. First thing, I am writing 2 to 3 steps here. Integral B1 means B. Integral b dl cos 0 is 1. This is the simple thing. B is constant throughout its length. So B integral dl, total length of this PQ is a BA plus. Here for QR part, it is B2 dl cos 90. Because for this part, magnetic field is along this direction and length is along this direction, angle is 90. Similarly, for B3 part also, so B3 is, let us consider B3. It is outside the solenoid. Outside the solenoid, magnetic field is 0. Along the axis, there is magnetic field, so B3 is 0 outside the solenoid. Plus B4. For B4 is the integration along the line SP. Along the line SP also, the length is in this direction and magnetic field is along this direction and it making an angle 90 degrees. So theta is 90. Here also integral B4 dl cos 90. Cos 90 here. B4 dl cos 90. Therefore, this is equal to, once again, I applied the integral b bar dot dl formula for the closed loop. Here we have PQRS closed loop, PQRS closed loop. For this closed loop, for PQ length, integral b1 bar dot dl1 bar, b1 is b, dot dl means b dl cos 0, 1, b constant, b integral dl means a, b into a. For this QR part, theta is 90, so b dl cos 90. For RS length outside the solenoid, hence magnetic field is 0. For this part also, here we write integral b dl, this is cos 90. Cos 90. So here this term is vanished and this term is also vanished, 0, 0 and this is also equal, everything is 0. So total magnetic field integral b bar dot dl bar around the closed loop is equal to mu naught I is Ampere's law. Let us assume Ampere's law. Integral b bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught times I. Integral b bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught times I. integral b bar dot dl bar. This is the integral b bar dot dl bar, which is equal to ba. So b into a is equal to mu naught times I. So here we continue the derivation. B into a is equal to mu naught times the current, amount of current in this closed loop between PQRS loop, how much current is circulating. There are n number of turns per unit length and total length of PQ is A. So total number of turns is equal to n into A. There are n turns per unit length, number of turns per unit length into length from P to Q. We consider an element of length A, so number of turns per unit length into length NA are the total number of turns into current passing through each loop is I. I is the current passing through each loop. Total number of loops consider present in this consider element is NA, number of turns per unit length into length, total number of loops. In each loop current is I, so total current is NAI. So NAA get cancelled on both sides. Therefore, we get B is equal to mu naught Ni. Hence, we derive the expression for magnetic field along the axis of solenoid. If a solenoid, as shown in this diagram, has n number of turns per unit length and I is the current passing through the solenoid, then magnetic field for the long solenoid along its axis is given by B is equal to mu naught Ni, when n refers to number of turns per unit length. Of course, in problems we may write small n is equal to total number of turns per unit length. If there are n number of turns present in the given solenoid and L is the length from one end to the other end, all the way the total length of the solenoid is L, the number of turns per unit length is equal to n by L, then we get the B is equal to mu naught Ni. Magnetic field along the axis of the solenoid is equal to mu naught Ni, and it has very good applications to have a finite magnetic field along the axis, and we use the solenoid. Solenoid is also known as the electromagnet because it is producing a magnet along its axis when current is passing through it. So in the presence of current passing through the circular solenoid, magnetic field is passing. When I is 0, B is 0, hence it is not a permanent magnet. While current is passing, it behaves like a magnet and produces magnetic field along its axis. Hence, the solenoid is also known as the electromagnet, and whose magnetic field is given by the expression mu naught Ni. Students, now we are going to calculate magnetic field along the axis of a toroid by using Ampere circuit law. So see, this is the structure of a toroid. Here to construct a toroid, first of all we have a circular shaped structure like a tire. You might have known about the tire of any vehicle. Like a tire, we have a circular shaped structure object. We have a circular shaped object similar to tire. And around this circular shaped objects, we circulate a current carrying wire. Here current carrying wire is circulated as I am shown here. You are observing in the diagram a copper current carrying wire like copper is circulated around the circular shaped object like around the tire. When battery connection is given, if positive terminal of the battery and negative terminal of the battery are given between these two ends of the wire, current is passing through the wire which is circulated around the circular shaped structure. Then when current is passing like this, so here if you consider the flow of current in the circular shaped loop, magnetic field is like this. If you assume here, magnetic field is like this. If you assume here, magnetic field is like this. If you assume here, like at each and every point, magnetic field is tangential to the surface. Like this, we have the direction of magnetic field. Here we are observing direction of magnetic field. So if you observe the topmost point, B bar is the magnetic field direction due to current passing through the circular shaped wire. and dl is the length of the element. If you consider the small element of length dl, dl is the length of this element of toroid, then b bar and dl bar are parallel to each other. If you consider here, if you consider small element of the toroid here, if you consider small element of toroid here, dl is its length and magnetic field is in this direction. If you consider a small element of toroid here of length dl and b bar is magnetic field, they are parallel to each other. So let b be the magnetic field which is constant along the axis of this loop, and we have to find the magnetic field of the toroid. To calculate magnetic field of the toroid, we consider once again, we find the value of magnetic field by using Ampere circuit law. Let us consider equation form of Ampere circuit law, that is integral, line integral b bar dot dl bar, line integral b bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught times the current passing through the circuit. Line integral b bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught times the current passing through the circuit. So B is constant. Students, let us observe. So for this total loop, B is constant in magnitude. It is uniform. So B integral dl is equal to mu naught times I. I is the total current of the toroid. For all these circular loops, we have to give the value of total current for all the circular loops of the toroid. If there are small n number of turns per unit length, similar to solenoid, here also let us assume small n are the number of turns per unit length, then current is number of turns per unit length into total length. Total length is equal to, if r is the radius, if you assume this toroid radius is r, then the total length is perimeter, that is equal to 2 pi r into I. So once again, I explain about the total current possessed by it. I is written like this, mu naught I, where I is the total current passing in the toroid structure. Here in each loop, I is small I is the current. There are n number of turns per unit length, n number of turns per unit length. If you consider the unit length here, if you consider unit length here, or if you consider unit length here, or if you consider unit length here, number of turns per unit length are small n. Then total number of turns in the toroid, the total length of the toroid for this perimeter is 2 pi r. So total number of turns are small n into 2 pi r. In each turn, I is the current passing. So total current passing in the toroid is number of turns per unit length into perimeter of the toroid into current through each loop. Here integral dl is the some element of the toroid, and then integral dl means perimeter of the toroid. So b into the perimeter of the toroid is equal to 2 pi r, b into 2 pi r is equal to mu naught n into 2 pi r into I. Here also 2 pi r get cancelled. Then magnetic field along the axis of the toroid, internal axis of the toroid. Toroid is like a tire structure. Inside the tire, along the axis, there is a inside the tire. So in the inside the toroid, inside the tire, there is magnetic field. The strength of magnetic field is given by mu naught Ni. B is equal to mu naught Ni. Where we know that mu naught is permeability of free space, N are the number of turns per unit length, and current passing through it is I. So once again, so let us observe the structure of toroid is like this. A current carrying wire is circulated around the circular structure like a tire from one edge to the total loop, and we connect these two edges of the current carrying wire to the battery, then current is passing through it. Let I be the current passing through it. Then B is the magnetic field inside the toroid. To find out that magnetic field, we approach the Ampere's law. Integral B bar, closed integral B bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught times the current. B is constant throughout the loop. So B in integral dl is equal to mu naught. Total current passing by the toroid is number of turns per unit length is n, and total length of the toroid is 2 pi r, n into 2 pi r. Then these are the total number of turns for entire toroid, total number of loops, circular loops are n into 2 pi r into current passing through each loop is I. So total current is n into 2 pi r into I. Here integral dl means total perimeter of the toroid, that is 2 pi r. 2 pi r cancels on both sides. Then B is equal to mu naught Ni. Of course, here small n, and for solenoid that is equal to number of turns by length n by L. Here the total number of turns of the toroid by total length is 2 pi r. Small n, of course, equal to n by 2 pi r. Students, in this session, we discussed about the Ampere circuit law and their application. Okay. Students, in this session, we discussed about Ampere circuit law and their applications. We apply Ampere circuit law to calculate magnetic field along the axis of the solenoid and magnetic field inside a toroid. I hope you followed these expressions very well with the help of this explanation. Thank you for watching. Thank you one and all.